Hi, welcome to Cat Gaming, and welcome back to Do Not Take This Cat Home. Probably one of my favorite games I've been playing recently. It's so good. If you haven't watched the previous parts, you really should. Demon Cat, Cthulhu-isms are going on. It's just hard to explain. So anyway, with that, let's just jump on and continue this mystery. Alright. Oh yeah, I also have like 8 endings so far. Maybe more because I deleted the game a while ago, but excellent. So let's just continue with this one. So, last episode I was trying to be like focused, and I would try to do like, step by step, but I'm a scatterbrain, so I did one thing here, then I continued with another path, and then I went to a different path. So I wrote a note, and I'm going to try and follow this. So we're going to do the do something alone route. I did clean the apartment, and there was like 2 paths on that which gave different endings. So now I'm going to do the watch a movie, take a nap route, and try to stick with this. Let's continue and see what shenanigans are going on. So watch a movie. You're not tired enough for a nap, but you're not but you're too lazy to get started on any of your chores. So you decided to watch a movie. You get dressed in your favorite pajamas. Nice. You make some popcorn with an obscene amount of butter and head over to your armchair. I don't do popcorn butter. Is that like an American thing? To me, popcorn is like salt. Just salt. No sugar is gross. I don't like it. Only to discover that the cat is already napping in it. Well, the cat owns this chair now, so guess you're sitting on the floor. You frown a little in thought. So, okay. So me and my partner have different reactions. So if I go somewhere and the cat's there, I just give up. I'm like, well, I guess the cat has this. Whereas my partner's the opposite, and she's like, nope. And the cat gets moved, and then the cat's like, So I guess we're very different people with the cat. Your couch isn't at the best angle for optimal TV viewing pleasure, and you don't feel like pushing it around and having to put it back later. The only options you have left are to sit on the floor, or move the cat and reclaim your throne. Like I said, my route or my fiance's route. You're giving me options here, so once again, let's save. Let's go sit on the floor. This is my preferred route. Sit on the floor. You decide to sit on the floor. The cat is a guest after all, and you pride yourself on being a good host if nothing else. Also, this cat is scary. Well, at least you would if you've ever had guests over before. Oh, that's sad. You grab a blanket, some pillows, and make a comfy nest in front of the chair. Oh, we're just going to watch TV with the cat? Amazing. You pop in a random movie from your collection, and can tell instantly that it's one of your favourite horror films. You've seen it a few times already, but it never fails to get your blood pumping. A few minutes in and you're already invested, getting reacquainted with the story and the characters. The scares won't come out until later, but for some reason, you feel like something is watching you from behind. Or the cat. Sasha has this thing where, like, just before food time, she'll sit on her tower and just stare directly at me. Like, literally, like, stares into my soul, waiting for food. So, yeah, I get it. You know it's probably nothing, but you feel compelled to check anyway. You peek over your shoulder. Oh my goodness, what a cute cat. Only to jump out of your skin, jostling a few pieces of popcorn out of the bowl in your lap. The cat is awake, looking right at you. You take a calming breath, recovering from your heart nearly lurching out of your chest, and immediately feel foolish. It was just the cat, of course. It was so quiet you'd forgotten it was right behind you. Even though it's the whole reason you're sitting on the floor in the first place. You shakily pick up the remote, intending to rewind some of the parts you missed. However, as soon as you press the rewind button, the TV shuts off. The cat is not impressed. Nope. You blink, confused. Nothing else turned off. The kitchen's dim light was still on. The digital clock was still glowing, and yeah, the cat used the remote. The movie player was still rewinding. The power didn't go out, so why? You feel a chill run down your spine as you catch the cat's reflection in the dark TV screen. It's still looking at you. Cats stare, silly, it's kind of their thing, right? And you're a new addition in its life. Of course it's going to study you closely to see if you're trustworthy. Yeah, spot on, you've literally just taken his cat home. The fact that the cat is chilling with you instantly is like a really good sign. As you mentally reassure yourself, you turn the TV back on. What? The TV's on, but the movie isn't what's playing on screen. It's The cat? It's you! You watch yourself frown on screen as you feel your brow furrow in tandem. It's like footage of you in real time, like you're being recorded. That's creepy. You feel the familiar sensation of your mind focusing on small details to avoid the bigger picture of your current situation. Just before this gets creepy, I really hope you're not going to kill me because I chose not to move you. This should be the nice option. Just go throw it out there, you know. Avoiding the question of how this is happening, of who or what is doing this, and why. Oh no, don't like that. Suddenly, your mirrored self smiles and waves at you, all on its own. Nope. Get out of there. You don't wave back, too stunned to move. The you on the screen doesn't seem to mind though. It then stands up. It walks out of frame. Nah, do not like some ring stuff going on here. A terrified yell rips out of your mouth before you can think to stifle it. On screen, in the chair, is the cat, but it's wrong. That's not a cat. That's a tentacle Cthulhu monster. It's become a large, swollen mass of black fur. Yeah, no, that's not cute anymore. Its twitching pulse are rhythmical with its slow, almost methodical breaths. Its mouth is a yawning entrance to a black abyss, framed by a set of teeth that look very, very sharp. Glowing eyes bulge all over its body. I let you have the chair, cat, what the heck? It's still looking at you. It doesn't even acknowledge your on-screen persona as they walk back into frame and pet it almost lovingly. Oh, okay. Then the you inside the TV touches one of the cat's fangs. You flinch at a sudden sharp pain in your palm. You look down, and sure enough, your hand is bleeding. You're not particularly afraid of blood, but for some reason, the sight of it leaking out of you sends another chill down your back. A thought, clear and terrible, flashes across your mind. It's not just the mutated cat in the TV that's watching you, is it? Don't look behind you, don't look behind you, don't look behind you, don't look behind you. Don't look behind you. You watch helplessly as your on-screen self smiles and nods at you, almost encouragingly. They stand in front of the cat's gaping jaws. They look into the dark depths. And as you're torn between the horrifying realization of what's about to happen, and the gripping wonder of what they see looking back at them from that deep, deep darkness, they jump in. Darkness is a sudden presence all around you, pressing in, holding you down, and yet you somehow feel weightless. You can't tell if you're falling, but it doesn't feel like you're laying down or standing either. You feel warm. You feel cold. You feel everything. You feel nothing. You feel nothing. It's creepy. Ending 3, silent film. This game's cool. I love it. So let's continue with... So, reclaim your throne. Surely, this has to have a much worse ending than the last one. You square your shoulders. Sorry, kitty, but that's my spot. You pick up the cat and place it on the floor. Meow! It's clearly upset with you. When you try to pet it as an apology, it dodges your hand and scampers away. You shrug and put on a random movie before nestling into your chair. It's some horror film that you love to heckle from beginning to end. I love that. One of my favorite things is to watch really bad horror movies that don't take themselves too seriously and just enjoy the schlock. Nothing but an endless string of pointless jump scares. Did the writers not know the meaning of the word subtle? What was that? Was that the bathroom? The cat must have gotten into the medicine cabinet or knocked something over. Calming your thundering heart with a deep breath, you pause the movie and get up to investigate. I did that last night. There was a kathunk, and I came to see the cat just sat yeah, what? As she'd knocked over my microphone. So I have my microphone. So yeah, when I'm not using my microphone, I put it on top of the tower of the PC, kind of out of the way. And the cat clearly had been walking across the PC and was just like, yeah, whatever, I do what I want. Yeah. Whoa. The cat dashes between your legs from the hall. Fleeing the scene only makes you look guiltier, you know. You're even more reluctant to see the damage now. You just want to relax and watch your bad horror movie. You go into the bathroom and turn on the light. Just as you thought, all the stuff in your medical cabinet is scattered on the tiles. Bad kitty. You sigh. At least none of it looks broken or damaged. You crouch down to pick everything up. Did the door just close? Did you bump it when you crouched down, or Well, at least the cat can't come in and make more of a mess this way. The cat's locked in there with you. The lights. Didn't you just replace the bulbs? They weren't faulty, were they? Yeah, I heard the click of the switch. The lights didn't just fade off or like glitch, you know. You never remember to hold onto your receipts for situations like these. People keep receipts? You doubt you'll be able to get your money back. Click, click. You stand up. You shake out the pain in your knees from crouching and open your medicine cabinet. Carefully, you place everything back where they belong, making sure nothing is missing. You close the cabinet. Oh! Well, that was unexpected. You jump back, slamming against the wall, covering your mouth. You look back up at the mirror on the medicine cabinet door to see. Like I said, this is going to be a worse ending. Nothing. Nothing? What the hell? Something was... You know you saw something just now. You know you did, right? Meow, 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 meow. So you saw something and you definitely saw something. Let's see what the differences are. You saw something. Nope. You definitely saw something. You rushed out of the bathroom and slammed the door behind you without looking. I got goosebumps now. That's a good noise it made. You went to the hall and... Click, click. No. Haha. No. You shield yourself with your arms and... Now I'm the bad horror movie actor. Nothing. Nothing again? You peek through your fingers and see... Just your usual hallway. You... don't feel very good. ... You need to sit down. You carefully make your way back to the dark living room, trying not to overwhelm your senses any more than you already have. Maybe you should watch something a little more light-hearted, or just lie down instead. You don't know. It's a little hard to think. You just need to sit down. Stumbling forward, you reach your chair, but... The cat's in it again. How could you say no to these eyes? Oh my god. It's nothing. At all. Just the cat sitting back in your chair again, looking up at you curiously. Okay. But it's enough. Your heart lurches so harshly out of a mixture of fear and anticipation that it completely gives out. Your eyes roll up into your skull. You feel yourself falling back. Oh no. Hi, kitten. You're dead before you even hit the ground. Oh! Real subtle. Such a good title. You definitely saw something. Let's see what pops up here. Okay, so it's the same ending. Ending 4. Let's go. Do something alone. Take a nap. You're a little tired from the events of the day. Yeah, no kidding. Making life-changing choices like committing to the responsibility of caring for another living creature really wears you out. You could definitely use a nap. You head to your room and get dressed in your pajamas before you decide to grab a glass of water from the kitchen. I mean, this is cool, but you really should set somewhere up for the cat to sleep. Put some newspapers down and like leave the bathroom open, make like a little nest for the cat, you know, cardboard box or something. Yeah, towels. Cat loves my kid. Sasha freaking loves towels. Like, if you leave a towel on the floor, I guarantee you my cat will be there if you ever have any issues with the cat, you know. Yeah. You head back to your bedroom, ready for a much needed nap. Well, only for the cat to race past you through the open door and jump on the middle of your bed. Oh, it's so cute. It takes its time kneading at the sheets before settling down and closing its eyes. Yeah, Sasha, before bed, our routine is she sits on the balcony and like licks all the bugs and stuff. And then when we go to bed, I call the cat and it's like Schlimpy time, and the cat will follow. And I get into bed and then she'll sit between my legs on the blanket for like an hour while I read. And then I put my Kindle down. And then the cat's like, okay, I'm done, and then she'll disappear. And then in the morning you'll wake up and she'll be there again. So she like goes and does her own thing for the night. But it's very cute. Purr, purr, purr. Well, that was fast. You frown thoughtfully. Now that your mind's on it, you find yourself really craving a nap in your own bed. There's no way you're settling for sleeping on the couch, certainly not the armchair. Which means you should move the cat, sleep next to the cat, do something else. Well, that's going to be a save. What I would do is sleep next to the cat. What my fiance would do is she'd move the cat. So, you know, let's do the top one first. Move the cat. You tentatively nudge the cat in an attempt to make it move on its own. It doesn't budge in the slightest. Keep trying. This is your bed. 1 second though. Well, we're going to keep going. push a little more firmly this time. The cat sounds annoyed with you. Again, you will sleep in your own bed. I don't know, it sounds mad. Again, you will sleep in your own bed. Oh dear. The cat opens one yellow eye and slides it up to look at you. You can stay here, obviously. Is its voice a little deeper than before? Seriously, last chance. You really want to do this? I mean, the game's pretty telling me, but... Move the cat. You move forward. Ready to shove the cat with all your... Nope. You're thrown back by some invisible force and crash into the dresser or falling to the ground. Wind knocked out of you, you look up in a daze. You don't quite comprehend what it is you're seeing. A strong, swirling wind has picked up, throwing items all over the place, as if a miniature hurricane had just taken form in your room. That's weird. And right there in the center of it all is the cat. It's so cute, even in demon mode. I love it. Like I said, worth it. Take the cat home every time. Hovering in the air above the bed. It's always its eyes open, glowing like molten lava. That's not a normal meow. Sasha, I'm gonna keep running about a cat, but Sasha does not meow like a normal kitten. She's like Maine Coon-ish. The parents, one parent was Maine Coon, one was like, so she's like big, but doesn't have like the kind of long ears of like a Maine Coon, you know, they're really long ones. But she doesn't meow like a normal cat, she goes, wah, and howls. It's hilarious. I find it cute, you might not, but you know, wah. You watch as a vortex rips open in the center of your bed, and panic as the swirling wind turns into a vacuum, dragging you towards the bed. Yeah, who could have seen moving the cat was a bad idea? Not me, certainly. Your nails catch and tear as you desperately try to cling to the carpet, the floorboards, any and every piece of furniture within your reach, bloody fingers slipping clumsily on every surface. But there's nothing you can do. As you touch the vortex, your body starts to disintegrate. Tiny particles of your body separating and floating into nothing. The last thing you see is the cat landing nimbly on the bed and kneading at your sheets, before it curls up and falls back asleep. Purr, purr, purr. Ending 5. Do not disturb. So, sleep next to the cat. You shrug. What's the harm in sharing the bed, right? You both have had a long day after all. You try to carefully avoid jostling the cat as you lay down, but it immediately scoots over and curls up against you anyway. Oh, see, the correct option. Purr, 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 purr. You smile. Sweet dreams. I actually do wonder if this game has any nice endings. They've all been quite horrible. Like quite a lot of body horror going on. You feel like you slept for a long time. Huh? You feel a warm weight on your back. But you don't see, is the cat? So I can't sleep on my side, on my front or back. I have to sleep on my side. And the cat still, I wake up in the morning with the cat trying to sleep on my ribs. And it's like, you know, it's only got that much space to sleep on. So the cat's very determined and like, you know, so I wake up with the cat like wobbling, trying to like stay on my ribs in the morning as it's trying to do the feed me kind of routine. Purr, purr, purr. Oh, mystery solved then. You feel comfortable. You consider getting up. But as soon as the thought enters your head, your mind fills with static and a deep sense of disapproval. Not yet then? Okay. The cat, jostled by your attempts at movement, kneads painfully at your back before settling down again and falling back asleep. You fall back into slumber too. You can never leave. It's night. You want to get up. Claws dig into your back like a warning. Believable. Tomorrow then, right? You can never leave. It's morning. You'll be late for work. But the cat doesn't budge. You don't even try to get up this time. The claw is law. Don't mess with it. You just close your eyes and drift off again. Sounds like a well-needed rest day, to be honest. It's the next day. Man, I wish I could just sleep for 20 hours straight. That'd be amazing. Since the last several days. Oh, it has been weeks. How are you alive? You need water. Or longer. You're not quite sure. You're hungry. You don't know how long you've been lying down. You feel sore on your back, but also on your stomach, your arms, your face, everywhere. You can't remember your last meal, the last time you drank anything. You've been sleeping all this time. But you feel exhausted, more tired than you think you've ever felt in your life. It feels like a giant hand is pressing you into the bed. Yes, your sleep paralysis demon in literal form. You can't remember the last time you even considered moving. But somehow, you know that you need to go back to sleep anyway. Everything will be fine if you just go back to sleep. That's messed up. You think you're hallucinating when the cat finally stirs. It stretches languidly before hopping off your back. You hear its feet padding through your still open bedroom door. Its steps fading down the hall. Do we survive? You don't open your eyes. You don't move. Don't think we're going to survive this one. You're afraid you don't remember how. You're afraid that the static will return if you try. But you eventually do try. An ending where we don't die? You try to prop yourself up on your arm. It's thinner than you've ever seen it. No, it doesn't feel like it. Thinner than you think should be possible. Oh. The arm snaps under the weight of your body and crumbles to dust on the bed sheets. It doesn't hurt in the slightest. As if even your nerves have dried up and become as useless as useless as you feel in general. Surely it should be a nice ending because you didn't move the cat, right? Just how long have you been lying in bed? You don't have much time to think about it. Your failed attempt at sitting up sends you tumbling over the side of the bed like a rag doll. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, I don't like it. Thanks, I hate it. But you think you're probably closer to being a ceramic doll, as your body shatters instantly upon impact with the floor. Yeah, I don't like that one. Your head rolls towards the door, letting you watch as the rest of your strewn body parts crack and crumble, and turn to broken ruin as your consciousness begins to fade. Meow! The cat strolls into view, then, poking and prodding at the remains of your brittle limbs. Fat kitty, you try to say. But you think your jaw might have snapped off early as well. Almost as if sensing your attention, the cat walks over to you. Well, your head at least. And you watch with your final conscious seconds as it lays down, curling its body around you. See, cat loves you! Purr, purr, purr. It just doesn't know its own Cthulhu powers. It feels warm. Well, maybe another nap couldn't hurt. Ending 6, just a cat nap. That is all the do alone. Oh. What's going on? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was just tired. Did I just hit continue or I don't know what's going on. Not you. Never you. But I couldn't be the person you deserve. Couldn't ever hope to be. I don't know what I clicked. I was going to continue doing, like, petting the cat and stuff. This is how I'm so scatterbrained with this game. I don't know how to follow it. I'm just going to have to go with it, I guess. But I couldn't be the person you deserve. Couldn't ever hope to be. You were so amazing, smart and talented and independent. You shined. But in comparison, damn it. So stupid. So worthless. But when it approached me, it didn't tell me that it wanted me. It needed me. Maybe that's what I wanted all along. Wanting could be so fleeting, but to be needed? There was nothing I wouldn't give to have someone tell me that I mattered to them. I don't know what's going on. That they needed me. You're walking. Right, of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. Okay, this is the beginning of the game, it just loops. And you're actually glad that you did. The weather is absolutely perfect today. That's a good sign, right? Maybe your luck is finally starting to turn around. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could go or what you could do. Maybe even who you could meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. What was that? So, I can't skip this because even though it seems like it's repeating the beginning, I'm pretty sure this is going to take me to another day with like the loop. So let's skip it. Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a lonely alleyway. The sunlight only just manages to reach down in between the tall buildings on either side. You timidly enter the alleyway and walk forward. the loose gravel and scattered debris on the ground softening your steps. Meow. Finally, the sound source comes into view in the warm, almost ethereal light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box. Okay, it's the cat again. It's a cat. Ah, should have been obvious. Alright. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws on the edge box and looks at you. This is the same step. So. So cute! You look so familiar. Oh, it changed. Right? And again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for a standard black cat to look after all. Interesting. This one sure is a cutie though. Just look. It's not glaring at you or hissing at you or getting this close like other stray cats have in the past. It's just sitting there patiently, waiting for you to do something. We have to now go to page 3. We will not take the cat home this time. Sadly, as cute as the cat is, you'd never take this thing home with you. ... You just can't take it home with you. You're a responsible adult. You are, with rent and bills to pay for, not to mention you need to buy food to survive too. There's no way you could care for a cat long term, right? You can barely afford this little outing on your day off. What to do? Save the game as we keep branching. Oh my god, we will leave the cat. You don't think it's a good idea to get the cat's hope of having someone look after it if you're not willing to commit. What if it gets attached and somehow tracks you down back to your home? Wait, what was that? What was that? Go back. No. You'd never get away from it then. Sneaky. Sorry. See you around, I guess. Oh, monster. You stand up, the cat watching your every move. You make it halfway out of the alleyway when the cat meows almost pitifully at you. No, it's so hard to do, even though I know it's murdered me. Ignore. Sorry, bud. Nope. You need to nip this in the bud and get on with your day. It's what's best for the both of you. You leave the alley and continue on your way. Wait, what was I doing? In all the excitement of dealing with your furry dilemma, you'd forgotten that you still hadn't decided on what you were going to do for your day off. I think I'll... You see how this game is really hard to follow? Alright, we'll go with the top option. I guess I'll go watch a movie. Do I go back in? Let's try not to go too far. I'll go watch a movie, and then I'm going to go back and go through the steps. This is okay. Go watch a movie. It's been a while since a film came out that looked interesting enough for you to drag yourself to a movie theatre. But there's a showing of one such film at the old theatre. The movie was a little too niche to be picked up by the new cinema that opened right across the street. That's okay though. You're not exactly a fan of crowds. And nothing ruins the experience of watching a new movie for you more than a noisy audience. Okay. I just can't. Okay. Go to the old theatre. You eagerly buy your ticket from the kind old man in the booth and head inside. It's barren of any trace of other people, and the decor looks like it hasn't changed since the 80s. Maybe even the 70s. But it's what you were counting on. You consider buying some popcorn, but can't help but be concerned that everything at the concession stand might be expired. You move on and walk through the halls, finally locating the theatre designed on your ticket stub. Designated, not designed. As expected, the theatre your movie will be playing in is completely empty. Perfect. You pick a spot right in the middle, even counting the seats and taking into consideration the gap of the staircase. The perfect spot. As you settle in, the dim lights fade away, leaving the room pitch black for a few seconds. The cat's gonna be there. Before the screen flickers on, no commercials or trailers pop up. The movie just begins. Pleased, you shrug and let yourself get immersed in the opening scene. But just as you're getting into the premise, the doors behind you are open, momentarily casting the light into the room and ruining the atmosphere. You hold in a frustrated sigh. It's a public establishment after all. The place can't really exactly afford to stay open if you're the only customer. You try to refocus on the movie, but you sense the new presence slowly shifting around the theatre, before heading in your general direction. ... What? Oh, that's... You gape in utter disbelief as the stranger shuffles down the aisle, only to sit right in front of you. What a jerk. There's no one else here and plenty of places to sit. The stranger is also unusually tall. I'm a short king, so this is so frustrating. Even with the stadium-like arrangement of the seats behind, with the seats being on a somewhat steep incline, they're completely blocking your view. Let's get scared. So I'm going to have to do all the options with a stranger, then I'm going to have to go back and do the other option of the old cinema. Okay, let's move. You don't want to risk escalating the situation further. This whole thing is already making you uneasy. Why would they choose to sit right in front of you? Surely they know you wouldn't be able to see past them. I actually had this years ago. I went to the cinema with my friend to watch the movie, and there was literally only us in the movie, and some lady came in by herself, which is fine, you can go to the cinema by yourself, and did exactly this, except for, maybe worse, instead of sitting in front of me, she sat next to me. Didn't leave a spare seat, this random lady sat next to me. And I was just like, there's like 50 to 100 seats open, why did you pick next to me? Like, weird. Shaking your head with passive-aggressive scoff in a stranger's direction. You reluctantly pick another less perfect seat in the theatre. But, as you settle down, you see the strange person get up. What a cat move. Only to once again sit down in the seat directly in front of you. Now you're just messing. No. You look around somewhat helplessly, as if waiting for someone to silently agree with you about how odd all of this is. Or at least inform you that it's all an elaborate prank. But there's no one else here with you. That's how you've always liked it, but you can't help but think that maybe it would be nice to have someone else here if it meant not being alone with this weird jerk. I'm going to move one more time. And again, they sit right in front of you. You bristle, annoyed and a little humiliated. Are they just getting a kick out of this or something? You've wasted enough time with this jerk that you don't even know what's going on in the movie anymore. Confront the stranger. You hate confrontation. You can already feel your palms starting to sweat at the idea of it. Your throat's closing up and your body's starting to shake. You've always been more of a flighter than a fighter. But you paid for this ticket. You've wanted to watch this movie for ages, and now this total stranger has ruined the experience for you. You're all alone in this theatre. There's no one who will help you out if something goes wrong. But you're angry enough that you ignore the signs of your body begging you to put as much distance as you can between yourself and the stranger. You stand up, even standing higher upon the incline. The stranger is still at least a head taller than you. That's creepy. The movie continues to play in the background, but you feel as if a hush immediately falls heavily over the theatre at your movement. As if you can sense the stranger anticipating what you plan to do next. You square your shoulders and force a little bass into your voice. Hey! The effort makes your words come out more harshly than you intended, like a sudden and vicious bark, but you figure they deserve it anyway. You're being a real jerk, you know that. Just what are you playing at, huh? Are you trying to piss me off? The silence that follows your words is deafening. So much so that you glance at the screen only to find that the movie has paused. Your attention is ripped back to the stranger in front of you as they shift slightly. Like a small animal desperately trying to anticipate the moves of a predator. You don't move an inch. You don't look away. You don't dare to blink. Instead, your eyes widen as the person's head turns. That's creepy. Then turns some more. Then turns more, beyond what should be possible. Neck, bones cracking. To face you directly. Interesting. Oh, you can't move. Wide glowing eyes resting above a wider grinning mouth gaze down at you. The stranger opens their mouth and what comes out is something impossible to comprehend. The voice is endlessly deep and creaks like a weighty door, foreboding and oddly melodic. Alluring. It also snaps you out of your terrified trance, and before you know it, you're already at the door. You run through the halls of the empty theatre, heading for the exit. You feel something watching you from behind, but you're too afraid to look. The exit now in sight, you sprint forward and burst through the doors. You look around frantically and spot the crowded cinema across the street. People, that's what you need. Safety in numbers and all that. Without thinking, you rush into the street, when a sinking sensation crawls down your spine, compelling you to look behind. Oh my god, more cascades. Go to the cinema, don't look behind it. Go to the new cinema. Refusing to even risk a peek over your shoulder, you rush across the street to the new cinema. You don't realize that it felt like you've been surrounded by some kind of dreadful pressure, until it very suddenly vanishes, leaving you feeling more than a little shaken, but at least breathing comes easier. You think it's within your best interest to repress everything that just happened. Yeah. Deciding to wait for the movie you've been anticipating to be available on DVD or streaming. You join the long line outside the new cinema. By the time you've reached the ticket booth, you just want to get inside. So you pick a movie at random and take your ticket from the tired-looking teenager manning the booth. The decor is chic and sleek, and the inside is bustling with people. It's not what you're into, but it's kind of nice not being alone. Even if you feel a little lonely watching families and groups of friends laughing among themselves, you'd get some popcorn, but the line at the concession stands are long and the prices are criminal anyway. Yeah, that's true. You go through the halls and follow the signs of the theatre designated on your ticket before heading inside. Sigh. Oh, good music again. You sigh at the sight of the absolutely crowded theatre. You head towards a seat, only to be told by the person next to it that it's being saved for someone. This happens a few more times before you finally manage to get yourself seated. Settled into a seat, annoyingly off-centered to the screen. But the screen is at least visible, if not a little too close, so you grit your teeth and bear it. The lights fade out, but the chatter doesn't. The rest of the audience seems content to talk through the commercials and even through the trailers. You figure the chatter will stop when the movie actually begins, but it doesn't. Nah, it doesn't even get slightly quieter as the opening scene starts to play out. You sigh out loud, not thinking anyone would hear you anyway. This is why you avoid movie theatres like the plague. No? Suddenly the screen changes, showing the face of a black cat, a familiar black cat. Confused murmurs fill the room, but then the cat on the screen meows. Nya, 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 nya. Amazing. The sound is strange, and not like any cat should. Haunting, almost melodic, and layered as if made of multiple voices of different creatures. Creatures that would probably never say, nya, 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 nya. Okay, I get nya, sounds like a witch. Witch cat. You sit in confusion, wondering why you haven't already gotten up and left to complain to the cinema staff. But then, you hear it. It's scattered, dissonant at first, but among the crowd, people start to chant along with the cat on the screen. Oh, hell no. No. No, no, no. Or nya, Let's skip that. Soon, the entire room is chanting in perfect unison, everyone staring intently at the cat on the screen. You're feeling strangely drawn to the screen yourself. But the compulsion to stare blankly like the others isn't that strong for now. Also, you start to notice out of the corner of your eye that some of the people in your immediate vicinity are looking at you. Don't like this. They're out like staring holes into you, even as they continue chanting. Really don't like this. They don't miss a beat, as they slowly begin to frown at you in blatant disapproval. Their scowls deepen as time goes on, as if they're getting impatient. Or more say, let's try to leave. This is too weird, I need to get out of here, gathering your courage. Or perhaps putting your fears to use. You stand up, fully intending to leave the theatre, when everything comes to an abrupt stop. All the chanting stops, even the cats chanting on the screen. You tense and risk a glance around the theatre. They're all staring at you. Every single one of them. They're not moving. They're not even blinking. You swallow, even though a nervous sweat completely soaks through your clothes. You highly doubt that sitting back down will fix the situation. Your legs are shaking under the audience's unnaturally intense scrutiny. But you force yourself to step forward and forward, until you finally reach the end of the aisle. You feel their collective gaze, even worse on the staircase. All their heads have turned uncomfortably to look to the left, to look directly at you. The screen illuminates their faces, making clear their blank scowls. They seem even more upset than they had been minutes ago, identical frown lines digging between their brows. You keep going, the heavy atmosphere becoming more and more oppressive with every step. You're so tense with anticipation that you fully expect someone to grab at you from behind. But no one does. You don't hear any of them even get up. You exit the theatre holding your breath as the doors close behind you. You briskly walk through the halls, putting as much distance as possible between you and the theatre full of people. This day is fucked up. Finally reaching the lobby, you just barely manage to catch yourself from falling to the floor as you gulp in huge gaps of the air. You expect to feel relief as your breathing calms. But you feel a lingering sense of dread that only spikes once you finally notice it. A as well as its source. You look up, and your stomach sinks. Oh no. Oh no! No, don't like that. Don't like that at all. All the people in the lobby area of the movie theatre, everyone in line at the concession stand, all of them are staring at you. And they look even angrier than the people in the theatre. You don't hesitate the same. You duck your head, avoiding eye contact, and leave the cinema. You ignore the glares of everyone in the ticket booths and the lines leading to them. Oh, fuck this. You make your way home. Whenever you dare to look up at someone on the way, you flinch at that blatant anger, fury and disgust on their face. You think you start to hear the faint sound of a cat's meowing behind you, or maybe a kitten's. Everyone in the ward is judging you for leaving a cat. Doesn't matter, you just want to go home. You reach your front door and fumble with the keys, cowering from the look of pure hatred on your neighbour's face as he stares at you from his door. And rightly so, you should take the cat home. Despite what the game's title is, take the cat. Finally, you get inside your apartment, you lock all the locks on the door, and slide down with your back against it till you're sitting on the floor. You allow yourself a moment to breathe. Now home, your heartbeat calms and your fear slowly bleeds from you, leaving you feeling strangely empty. You pass the kitchen, head to your room and slip under the covers of your bed trying to fall asleep. I just noticed the music, meow, 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 in the background. Maybe it's all just a bad dream. As you fall into a fitful sleep, sure to be full of nightmares with glaring eyes, you try to ignore the ever-increasing sound of cats meowing and yowling in the distance outside your apartment. Evidencing 17 black sheep. Okay. I'm going to backtrack like 3 times or so, and then I'm done for the day, because I've been playing for an hour, and I have just played an hour before this, because, I'm wearing the same t-shirt, and I've same hair, so, let's load this one. Try to blend in with the crowd. We're going to go backwards step by step. Thinking fast, you look to the screen and begin to chant in tandem with the crowd. Nya, 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 ah, ah. Sounds like it could be a song lyric to us. You feel the harshness of their collective gaze start to ebb away. The air in the theatre becoming lighter once again. Nya, ah, ah, ah. This ending. I don't like this ending. Out of all the endings in the game, this one, personally, no. You release air shakily, just realising that you've been holding your breath earlier. You feel stuck. Surely you can't just up and leave now. Not after whatever all that was. The people around you all seem fine now. But there's no telling if they'd get aggressive at you for even moving too much. Never mind outright getting up and leaving. You decide to let this run its course. No. Hopefully someone will come along, right? Or at least turn the film off. You continue to chant along with everyone. All hail the Hypnocat. You start to feel lightheaded. You feel as if you could fall asleep, but your eyes don't feel heavy in the slightest. You try to look around and gauge the other's emotional state, but you can't seem to look away from the screen. You try again, but you're still locked into eye contact with the cat on screen. I hate this so much. You attempt to physically force your line of vision away. You steel your nerves, ready to throw yourself to the ground if you need to. But your body only gets as far as tensing up for a moment before completely loosening itself again, making you lay back limply in your seat. You think you should be panicking right about now. But even your brain feels limp. Your thoughts are vaguely muted pastel pink, airy, sickeningly sweet, and loosely spun, like cotton candy. Meow, meow, meow. You like cotton candy. You think you shouldn't mind your thoughts and body being like cotton candy either, so why get up and ruin that? It's nice here. You're more at peace than you've ever felt before in such a crowded room. It's like some awful cult. Still chanting, you've never felt so aligned and in tune with another person, let alone with an entire room full of complete strangers. You're not alone. Out of the corner of your eye, The person next to you starts to sink back even further into the chair. Oh, they sink even more. Then more. Not like they're slouching or reclining, but more like they're being absorbed by the seat. Deflating. Their skin bunches up and wrinkles like fabric, as if their muscles, their bones have started to disintegrate. Their eyes dim before sinking into their sockets. Their mouth, still attempting to chant, falls open over a cut-off nya, gaping as the word ends in an awful hiss, a final weak release of air. You muse thoughtfully about whether or not you should be distressed at the sight. Nope, but even then, the blanket of peace doesn't leave you. Suddenly, from the pile of skin and clothes next to you, you see a lump moving around. You watch in dazed fascination as the lump makes its way to the part of the skin where the head used to be. And out from the mouth, don't do it. Don't. Crawls a tiny black kitten. Indeed. Oh. You can hear the familiar hissing sound all around you, now as all the unified chants start to fade, only to be replaced with a faint mewling of kittens. Finally, your voice is the only one still chanting, still human, and alone, again. You don't want that. You can't go back to that. Not again. Not again. Please. Just then, you go completely limp. Your body feels light, but it might as well weigh several tons, because you realise quite suddenly that you can't move. Not an inch. You can't shift your eyes to look around. You can't even breathe. But somehow, the chant continues to creak weakly from your mouth. Nya, nya, That's so cute, oh my god. A few kittens come forward and perch themselves on the chairs around you, watching your sinking body, mewling as they wait for their younger sibling to emerge. And you, dozens of glowing eyes peer down at you. And as your eyes start to cave into the sockets of your softening skull, you manage to make out the silhouette of a familiar cat perching on the seat right in front of you. Your vision finally fades, and as that same hiss of air expels itself from your mouth, the last thing you sense is something small and alive shifting eagerly under your skin. Ending 18. Happy birthday! Heck no! Let's go back one more. Don't look behind you. So, this is the creepy smiley face man. Despite your resistance, you feel your head turning to look back of its own accord, when in the middle of the street. Oh, that's not creepy. You catch a glimpse of a grotesque-looking person standing behind the glass doors of the old theatre, watching you intensely, cradling something in their arms. Something familiar. But... Nope. Oh, I got hit by a truck. Does that mean I'm going to be isekai to another world? A glimpse is all you get, as a truck speeds forwards and crashes into your body. I think I prefer that to the last ending in a cinema. You're killed on impact. Your body splattered across the road and crushed further under the heavy tyres. Nick 16. Poor screening arrangements. Let me just make a note. So, that feels like a good place to end, because there's, it's like pulling a freaking yarn and it just keeps, just too many threads. Like, I have ADHD, so I'm scatterbrained enough as it is, so I was trying to follow one path, which just feels impossible in this game. So, I think I'll leave it there, and I'll come back and try to continue from feed cat, play of cat, question mark, and then... Crikey. I'm gonna then go to cinema... Wait, there was a dog park, wasn't there? Alright, so, and then when I do that, I'll continue with Carnival and Dog Park, and then we'll see, and then after I go back and continue the Feed Cat, Clean Cat. Alright, so anyway, I don't mind. I really like this game. It's a pleasure to play. The writing's delightful, the art's incredible, the music's spot on, and just the absolute terrifying vibes. Good game. This is probably one of my favourite games lately. So yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll leave a link in the description so you can find the game for yourself. I highly recommend you do play it though, because there are 40 endings and you'll probably find them before I will. And if you do, let me know which ones you like, which ones you don't. Like the nya one. Don't like that. So yeah, If you like the video, consider liking, subscribing, leaving a comment. You know all that good stuff, because it definitely helps the channel grow. And with that, I hope to see you again. Nya-ah-ah.